Mike Portnoy didn't hold back on Trunk Nation last week. While paying tribute to Ozzy Osbourne, he compared the loss to other rock legends, and even hinted at a surprising conspiracy about Ozzy's final days. Some might call his words controversial. Others might say he was comparing two very different kinds of loss. But either way, it's clear he spoke from a place of deep respect for the Prince of Darkness. And it didn't stop there. Portnoy also revealed why Dream Theater has something special that so many other bands just don't. Let's take a listen.
Literally getting in an Uber to go to the airport, and my phone goes nuts because Ozzy had died, and it was totally unexpected like that. So it was crazy trying to deal with that.
You had to sit on a plane and not even know what's going on. It must have been really frustrating.
And what I was not prepared for, not only trying to manage my own stuff, but I had a ton of news outlets, because, the mainstream media went all over that, and they were looking for people to talk to who are known in the rock world.
Right.
So I was getting hit up by every media outlet asking me to do interviews for them. They wanted to talk to me, and I just couldn't do any of it. I was on a plane for 6 hours. But then the next day, we had a ton of guests. And then Ozzy dies like 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
And then that was a whole nother thing.
Well, that was for me in Europe. I was when they did the Back to the Beginning show, we were in the middle of Italy somewhere. And it took me a few days to watch the whole thing because I grabbed the stream and it took days to watch it. So I was obsessed with that. It was like Sabbath, week. And then Ozzy passing. We were in Athens, Greece that day, and it's just been so surreal. I haven't clicked out of Ozzy mode for the past month. It's just so huge. I mean, massive loss.
Did you know him, or did you ever meet him?
I met him once. I did a show with him in Japan when I was with Avenged Sevenfold, and we were on the Bullet Train together. We were traveling together, and they had a car blocked off for just Ozzy and his band and us with Avenged. So I met him then, got a picture with him on the Bullet Train. What better place to have a picture with Ozzy than on a crazy train?
Yeah.
But I didn't know him, but obviously, the impact has been huge. I mean, I don't know if I've felt a loss like this. This is as big as John Lennon or whatever. Obviously, in our world, in the metal world, you have losses like Dio or Lemmy or Eddie Van Halen, and those are massive. But this has been a whole other level of mainstream. I mean, because he transcends metal, he transcends rock, even he transcends music. I mean,
because he became a reality star.
He's a pop culture figure. So this has been a huge one. And I've been going through first I was going through the whole Sabbath catalog after the concert, and then after he passed, I've been going back through the solo catalog, and it's just been a great musical trip to be revisiting all this stuff. It's amazing. What a career, but what a loss.
Yeah. And look, you can't, knowing how compromised he was for so long, it's not entirely shocking that he died. But when you think about it, I said this on the air yesterday, because yesterday they revealed his death was a heart attack,
right,
which he figured it had to be to happen that quick, right? Because what people don't know, and nobody talks about, is the weekend after Back to the Beginning, a week later, he did a signing show in Birmingham, because Bello was there with Scott, and I was in London, and I was trying to get with those guys. And so he did a paid meet and greet signing the week before he died. He did do a public thing after Back to the Beginning. So everybody figured it had to be something sudden and unexpected. And yesterday they did confirm that it was a heart attack, which makes sense. But if you think about this, Mike, think about how, like, the rock gods or whatever you believe in aligned for him. Because if he goes out and has a heart attack 2 weeks after this concert, that heart attack, if you're that close to potential heart attack, it could have easily happened the day before the concert.
Absolutely.
It could have happened at the concert.
What a blessing that
he got through that
happened, that he got to say goodbye to the fans, do a final show, surrounded by every band that loves him and grew up with him and he influenced. And what a blessing to have done that. Now, I don't want to be like a conspiracy theorist, but I wonder if some of that contributed, because it had to have been so stressful. It had to have been so, exhausting. It had to have been, really, it probably took a lot out of him to go through rehearsals and everything like that. So I can only imagine, but thank God he got to do that show
and had that experience
and to have that goodbye. I mean, he
had a living funeral.
He threw the greatest farewell concert of all time,
Yeah.
To me, the shocker was that nobody played the song Black Sabbath. I think that's crazy.
Well, Sabbath was supposed to.
It was on their original.
Yes, Tony told me that was supposed.
Yeah, I was shocked that they didn't play that.
If you saw when Sabbath started, it was the sounds of the song.
With the bell and the rain and everything, yeah.
I think they were up against curfew and they were actually, worried about Ozzy getting through another song. Right. Because Tony actually was super honest right after the thing, just after the concert and before Tony died, in the interview, before Ozzy died, in the interview Tony did on this show, he said, he was honest. He said, we kind of wished Ozzy didn't do a solo set, especially directly before us, because it zapped his energy. They were ready to do 6 songs.
Yeah, but I'm so glad he did a solo set. I mean, hearing him do Mr. Crowley and all those for the last time, I mean...
I think Tony wishes it was more like 4 him, 6 them, because they were, he wanted the disparity to be... Because remember, that whole event was supposed to be about Bill Ward and the original 4 playing, and that got lost.
All right, let's roll into the next segment. Dream Theater has something within their band that most others just don't. So let's get into it.
All 5 members of Dream Theater are all still married to the girls that we met 35 years ago, whatever, and all have families and kids. And I guess, there's not many bands where all 5 members are, still with their...
It's unprecedented, especially in the entertainment, especially in the music industry.
I would say we survived because we've always included our wives whenever they wanted. We never separated the band from family. We always welcomed any wives or kids that wanted to go on tour with us or, be a part of us. We never had a thing where it was separate. It was always inclusive. And I think we always respected each other's, personal lives and the value of it. So, it's amazing that we're all still with our wives. And
son, who's he playing with now? Who's Max with now?
He was with Code Orange for a while, but those guys are, on a hiatus. So he's pretty much full-time with his band Tala, and believe it or not, he's actually playing bass in his band Tala. He's switched the latest album that's coming out next month. He's playing drums and bass on the album.
Oh, wow.
And live he plays bass with them now. They have a touring drummer. So yeah, he's doing amazing. He's so talented. He's just an incredible musician.
This is Styx signing off. Don't forget to subscribe, drop your comments below, and remember, every beat tells a story. Smash that subscribe button right now. Don't just sit there. Join the crew, stay locked in, and let's keep the beat alive.